PB. So I search for MR. Achso, no. Search for RPG. Service here. MROTW is the name of the server, not the club. Joining the room. Warm up. 15 minutes. I join exactly in time. Exactly. And as usual, I will just watch the GPS at first. Because finding the way here can take quite long. Okay. Well. I think it's a good decision to watch it. Okay. No, not this. Okay. 72 players. Holy shit. How are there so many players suddenly? Right. So we go here. I had to close now Open Planet because this is so laggy for me. I can make the FPS on. You see it in the top left. Naja, it shows now 70. 90, 100. Well, don't know what it was now with Open Planet, but it felt laggy, definitely. Okay, so we do this. Nah, shit. This is not clear to me how to do this turn nicely. Here we have the jump. We get reactor boost. Drive over penalty. So then the idea was to get that reactor boost. Whoa. Many transitions here. Oh yeah. So I will do a training run now where I respawn multiple checkpoints. Oh wow, look how far you can jump theoretically. It's quite long ago that I played this cup, by the way. Because of the United competition, I had no time on Wednesdays. And then in the week before that, the DRC Cup wanted to start, but didn't start, but that's the reason why I didn't attempt the MiniRPG of the week. I guess it's... Is it a little soup if I air brake here? It's down, so probably not. So this is now interesting. Can I just do it the other way? Not really. Do I really want to box slide it, or can I... Or just shortly and then turn around? In the GPS that's kind of this. How long do I box slide? That's the next question. Like, this is one of the deciding parts. The main issue that you have with this cup usually is that you cannot really, in this warm-up here, you can't really compare different lines because you don't see checkpoint. You see checkpoint times, but you don't see the differences. That's like the issue. Ah, this is so annoying. I again didn't see that it's the ice starts there. Hard to see. I have to remember. Okay, it's blocked there. No respawn time. Of course I don't see that now. Obviously. This is like one of the biggest weekly cups, by the way, guys. Besides the Bong Cup, this is like the biggest thing. Like you see, we are over 70 players, and Lars and Turbo aren't even playing. Like usually they are streaming this, and they bring other people to play this as well. So this is definitely a huge thing, this cup. What we do here is knockout on an RPG track. The RPG tracks are often quite creative. Okay, I'm 6th place with that. I will try something. Like the last weeks I didn't play this cup. I will restart the game now without open planets. That's what I want to try. Because usually I didn't start my game with open planet on Wednesdays because of that cup, and now we have so many players that it does affect. Even if I stop the script engine, I'm pretty sure it affects. So I want to start without. I had the issue earlier, especially also on Bong Cup. So let's try that. Alright. So yeah, the last weeks I had this United competition on Wednesdays and couldn't play here. And before the United competition, I thought that the DRC Cup will start, but it was then shortly announced that it will not take place. But then I already decided to not play MiniRPG of the week. I wanted to play the DRC because that's the season, you have to be there and get some points for the championship to qualify in the end, and yeah. But before that I was playing this cup here every Wednesday. So you see, this is the server with the most players. It's like on the top here. Oh yeah, highly stacked, this cup here. Okay, I lost now 1.5 minutes or something, but that's fine. If it lags less now, then this is worth it. Is this magnet? Okay, 59. Yannex says 57.2. We try another thing, guys. And that is spectating Yannex. Ah, I can't. I will open his stream on the side. I'm pretty sure that he does a different line, because there are some parts, like especially this left bug slide, where I'm just not sure how you have to drive it. Like he was... I joined a little bit too late. Maybe it's actually good. I will do a clip. Guys, I show you what I'm doing. So I am in his stream and I clip now. And I will just take full 59 seconds or something. Around there his run will start, I guess. I have to wait until it loads. Because it's unwinnable if I drive a wrong line, you know. So yeah, he does the new slide. So here just very low, that's also what I was going for. Aha, okay. Aha. So now. Yeah, exactly. I saw that coming. Yep. He is doing it again. Okay. So now I need to learn that. Oh. It's a bit dangerous to not take enough speed in the start. Nah. This here is important. Can also win a lot of time here. Okay. Ah! Yeah, hello guys, I'm here. Alright. And it starts. With a no elimination round. So I don't have a good time yet, but I mean, I know how to drive the map, and there are a lot of rounds until we get to the final. So a lot of time to get good on this track. Yannex definitely feels this map, so he will be a tough nut to crack. I mean, you can do a backside into that direction, it is possible. Yeah, like this. But I guess you don't need to. This here is fully fine. Just like this. Losing the speed. Eight players will be eliminated in the very first round. Okay. Yannex not in the top places. Actually, only 23rd. I lost a lot of time towards the end. I mean, I think I had already 59, so I did not really improve by a lot. Like in the locals. But it was mainly because of this thing here that I completely fucked up, but it was not as bad. I thought I would lose much more time. So 11 players didn't finish, so more than 8 got knocked out. Oh yeah, this is a quite simple map to just finish. Usually we had less players in total in the cup, but more players not finishing the first round, because there were a lot of difficult tracks in early editions. Me and ice. Oh. So far there is not really a big danger, so I can just do this. I see Nabla in red. Interesting. He seems to not play anymore. No, I didn't compare to the earlier time because it was just warm-up. So it was not a real time, it didn't really count as my PB. Why I need to get better in this ice ending. Let me check. Where was that yellow? Achso, here. Bot Nadeo. Yeah. It looks very familiar to me as well. I also feel like I should know from where exactly, but I also struggle to point it down. My first try, 58,888. My first tries were a lot better in that ice part. GTA. Interesting. Sometimes weird when you... Like, I use interface off, but then pops always when I start driving this text, like where the GPS is, pops up, and like I want to get this text away, but I already have the interface off. Yeah, it's a bit dangerous, this part. Almost overjump finish. Nice Ballett, Nutzer Daniel. Nice parking as well. It's annoying, I'm now often too diagonal. But I try to get the Yannex approach. It's hard for me to judge this jump. Not making too many positions with the other line. Ah, then we got overtaken this time. Wait, Ines is out when he was playing. Oh. Well, that's the first big name out. Catch Perek. Yeah! Second local. I got a whole run with everything good. But I'm really not sure how to do 7/10 faster from this. But doesn't need to get that fast. Like Yannex doesn't try faster than my current time every round. Yeah, that was obvious. Uh-oh. Now we save it, now we go high up. Better safe than sorry. I think that amount of respawns that I did was a bit too much. Okay. Yeah, the new slide that you have to do in the start is quite shit because of the bumping of the car. Like you land in that on that road and the car is still bumping a lot. That makes it quite difficult. Ixon is out, Flow as well. Okay. I mean, I can afford one such a respawn, I guess. I want to see how tight I can get it, you know? Because later on it might be important. It's a thing, theoretically you have a lot of time to practice. Thanks for driving, car. Like, what the fuck? So far I'm not feeling that comfortable with the map. There are too many parts that make me unsure. Just the fact that it was possible that I just slide down there and don't get to the boost. I want to make a bug slide to the right, but it's just a very short bug slide. Yeah, this is... Car... Also Yannex line is fast, but man, the consistency is really shit with that. I couldn't really afford a bigger mistake. Ah, first local for Lingo. Corso also did a good time. He also was faster than my PB. But unlucky for him that Lingo drove a record in that round, because then you don't really realize Corso's time. But I do realize. Also I had a bad part in this round, but I still drove a sub 1 minute time, and I'm only 10th with that. So there are now quite a lot of players able to drive fast. Yeah, 11th place is over a minute. York on orange. I saw that York has beaten my time from the pathfinding map that I hunted yesterday. Also, I'm only 5th now with a 58.0. And wait, it's exactly 10 players again with a sub 1 minute. But only 5th with that time. Yannex with a new record. Me also with a 56. Holy shit. I don't know which background noise you mean, Sepo. Do you mean the music? Or something else? Barely noticeable. Ah, okay. with my 58.0 from the previous round, I would have won now. Wow. Yeah, now we get into an interesting section of the cup. You see that Joso, also Lingo in danger, and like it's only 8 seconds to orange, and one respawn in that part where I had to respawn quite often, or in both parts. The start, and then this weird cut part. They both cost around these 8 seconds. So you are very much in danger if you have one of these mistakes. I mean, it's not like the music I would usually hear or listen to. It's just no copyright music. And yeah, it's a bit quiet, that kind of song. I don't know. That didn't really change much in the settings. It shouldn't be that different. So Lingo in the red positions, and yeah, 8.8 is out. So it was a wrong round for him to make a mistake. Like such a respawn he probably had as well. And yeah, he says that everything depends on the start. Maybe he crashed that. And Trapo was on orange. Huh. Yeah, a bit high. Want to do that tighter, but one more respawn here where I don't make the jump into the red, and it's high chance to go out. Not in this round here though. Still not decided. Black Pulse is not far behind Mean, but it's not enough. I think Mean also had a pretty bad round in the run before. Yeah, now it goes pretty quick. We are already in the top 12 now, and we have in this cup here, we have 2 knockouts until top 6 players. Not just top 8. I hope it's enough speed. Oof. I hope it's enough speed. Oh. The gear there. Yeah, that was not a great round. Oh, I still got a sub 1 minute though with that. 56.07 by Yannex. Ah, man, that's so fast. Corso out now and Cypher as well. Top 10. We need top 8 now. Finish. Actually only 58.4. It's crazy that this is only 1.3 seconds faster than previous round. Close round. Holy shit. 1.4 seconds is out. That's a 59.2 that is out. Holy shit. Jozo and BMX out. Wow. Good. I'm not last, so I kinda only need one fail, but well, how big are the chances for that? Kinda knew that this jump will kill me. That's my only chance here, this part. And I'm not overtaking. Yeah, just suddenly lost too much speed after the landing, too diagonal something, I don't know. Rip, and I would have knocked out Yannex, and then it's a very doable victory because Yannex would be out. That's unfortunate. That was basically the chance now with Yannex out. Yeah, I don't know, like this jump was always weird because you have reactor, like you do this turnaround here, and then you get here reactor and then again a reset. Like it was a bit confusing. Also I had good consistency now towards the end on this track. So it was definitely possible to get the wing. It was not just this one mistake, and yeah, that's like an RPG. You often have, wow, you often have big time losses. When you have one respawn, it might cost you multiple seconds, and that's of course not possible to catch that back up. Yeah, Tarpor is like, if the others are not making mistakes, it's not really catch-upable. It's a bit too much time loss. And that will not work here. Yeah. I mean, he had to risk, but the thing is, if you risk this, you always end up at that shit line. It's quite difficult to get that just fast. But the other 4 had good rounds. Gold is on orange with the 57 high, that's pretty good. Also, Tarpor had then no chance to come back from the bad start, but even without a bad start, it wouldn't have been that easy. My PB is still 57.4. I think I would be able to improve it by now. But it's not much faster than what was orange now in that round, so... And on the other runs I always easily overjumped that. Don't know what happened when I went out there. It's just such a short thing, such a short moment. Suddenly a bit too diagonal or too slow, like one of those. Too slow for my line or too diagonal for my speed, whatever you would say. And then out. Bit like the cup of the day map. Is Yannex going out? Nope, he isn't. But he really needed gold to not get that perfect. That was a decent round again. 58.1. 0.17 was not enough for gold now to survive. He would have needed his 57 high from previous round. Good end for Yannex. He was looking actually like he might go out there. But this was now the round that I was waiting for. Like, if I knocked out Yannex, then... GG, we know our final. If I knocked out Yannex, then I would have needed to beat... to beat Gold's time in that round. It was not easy. So definitely not a free victory. And also Ice is, of course, doing great job. Hope I didn't jinx him here. Don't intend that, but I did jinx him. But he's still in. Well, better now than in the final. Like, he did not make a single mistake all the time. How is it possible? It's so... Yeah, so I know that Ice can be very fast in finals. It is not a safe free victory for Yannex here. But if Yannex gets a good run, then of course. However, Yannex, I saw him often choking in these finals when he was the favorite. So it's definitely not clear. Ice with a better start. Yannex also goes very high there. And look how far he's behind with that. So Ice has really a much better start than Yannex. 7/10. Not a great line for Ice here, like he saved it still. But Yannex can catch up a bit. More exit speed for Ice though, so it's a bit more than these 2400s. But overall, Yannex caught up. Oh, and that was very good for Yannex, but he touches and he survives it. How does he survive it? Wow, that was lucky. He caught up to Ice, now they are equal. And Yannex had a good end in the other round. They both get it decent, but somehow Yannex is in front. Good final that we're seeing, but Yannex will take it. 57.2 versus 57. Yeah, let's say 3. Like, kinda 4. Good final, good round. I can't even say how Yannex got the lead in the end. Like, what was better in his bounce from the Ice? What did he do better? Like, it looked super clean from what Ice did, but he still lost time to Yannex. Otherwise, Yannex very lucky in that middle section. Like, you have to go as inside as possible to get it quite fast. Like, it is needed to get that tight, but he touched and he survived. Like, that was quite surprising.